Tony Gaskins here. Won't be before you long today, like the pastor always say, because I got to go get a haircut. But I want to remind you of something, because this is something that I'm coming to realize. Because when you know who you are and you know how you live and you know your behind the scenes are clean, then that's when you have to really understand that anybody who is offended by you, anybody who does not like you, but you know that you live pleasing unto the Lord, that's when you know that they are operating from an opposing spirit. That's when you know that you are disturbing and disrupting their demons. And you cannot get caught up trying to please people and trying to be liked and trying to be understood. There is one being that needs to understand you, and that's God. And he already understands you. And what I mean by that is you have to make sure that you understand his word and that you are living by his word. And if you are living by his word, then you are pleasing in his sight and he understands you. Doesn't mean that you complacent and you slacking and you in willing sin and saying, God knows my heart. That is also true. He knows your heart and he knows when you plan trying to play him like a fool. He knows when you're not serious about your walk with him. He knows when you're lying to yourself. But if you know you're living a lifestyle that is pleasing unto God, then you can't get caught up with people who don't agree with you and who don't like you and who feel that your message is this, or the way you move around work, the way you smiling, the way you talking to people, the way you raise your kids, the way you think about life in your singlehood or in your marriage. You can't get caught up with the opinions of people who are not living the way you're living, serving the God that you're serving, because you will always offend demons. And here's the thing, if your walk ain't really secure, the thoughts and opinions of demons will affect you. But when your walk is secure, you could brush it off your shoulder. You could laugh in the face of it. It ain't got to bother you because your walk is secure. You know whose you are. You know who you are. You know how you walking, how you living. See, if you doing the right thing, then you ain't got to worry about nothing. You don't have to worry about being turned on or exposed if you're doing the right thing. Anybody who turn on you, disrespect you, that's not somebody you want in your life when you're doing the right thing. Doing the right thing will run off the people who doing the wrong thing. You got to understand that. Doing the right thing, it'll put a hedge around you to where people who doing the wrong thing, they gonna be like, man, oh, this person, oh, they judgmental. Oh, they doing this. Oh, they doing that. Oh, they like this, they like that. And that's because they want to put doubt in the minds of the other people who may not be walking right, who may not be living right. They want to put that doubt in there. That was my alarm going off, about to get ready to leave here in a little bit. So that's what I want you to realize and understand, that you have to walk upright, live the right way, do the right thing. And when you're doing the right thing, then that's when you will know that the way you are moving, it's going to run away the wrong people and it's going to attract the right people. And you have to know that if your heart is in the right place and you operating from the right place, the people who get offended by your presence, by your voice, by your stance, those are the people with opposing spirits. Remember that every true child of God was offensive to those who did not know God and did not want to know God. They called them crazy. They called them arrogant. They called them lunatics. They called them Satan worshipers, devil worshipers. Like, they call children of God children of Satan. To the point that Jesus was like, how you, who is the children of Satan, a child of Satan, calling somebody else a child of Satan? You don't know your own. Like, how you get this confused? And when you look at it, it's like what they say, what we call the pot calling the kettle black. When somebody living in fornication, or they living in some type of sin, they living it and it's willing. They doing sacrilegious stuff. They into they crystals and they tarot cards and they horoscope and they zodiac and they worship it. Not just having knowledge of it or knowing what it is, but they worship it. Like they lean on it. It becomes an idol. It becomes a god. Those type of people will try to accuse the children of God. And one thing that children of Satan always going to do, they will confuse a child of God's confidence for arrogance, because it's offensive. They're like, you supposed to walk around, child of God, you supposed to walk around with your head tucked in your tail. Don't walk around with no confidence. Don't be walking around here like you know who you are. You need to walk around unsure of yourself. You need to walk around here like you insecure and shame. But the good book tells you, with the knowledge of the Lord comes a strong confidence. And that God is not a God of the double-minded. A double-minded man receives nothing from the Lord. You got to walk with confidence. You got to know that you know. And that is going to disturb some folks. So understand that. Understand that now. And once you understand that and you start to get that in your spirit, then you're going to realize. Then you're going to realize, and you're going to start to see like, whoa, there's some folks around here that's, struggling with their identity. So they disturbed, they upset, they throwing rocks, they calling names from that side because they insecure. And see, they don't understand your walk. They don't understand your commitment, your righteous indignation. And this is something I had to learn. And I'm sharing this with you from a different level because I'm a influencer or whatever they call it online. But you're going to deal with this in the workplace. You're going to deal with this in your church. It's demons in the church now. You're going to deal with this in your family. You might deal with this with your spouse. You might deal with this with your kids. You might deal with this with your siblings. Like this going to happen. What the adversary coming to do, he coming to drive a wedge and sow discord on every level. So don't just feel like, oh, it's just the pastor's going to go through it. Just the influencers just going to go through it. The celebrities or the whoever going to go. No, it happened on every level from the ground up. So understand that, get that in your spirit. Hey, this Tony Gas, I'll pop back in. I got to go get a haircut. Hopefully I get some time today. I know y'all told me to review the last episode of the Pop the Balloon. So if I get the time and opportunity, I'm going to do that today. So y'all can watch that on this Good Friday night if you ain't got nothing to do or you shut in with the cold. But God bless you, and we'll talk soon.